And it's, wait a second. If they're here, and they're going there, and they're carrying the message, and the gospel's way more powerful than I am. This is not just about, this is about a generation and about generations to come. This is about a people group, and it almost screams out, these men are servants of the Most High God. They're telling you the way to be saved. And then it realizes, when all eyes turn from the actual message to the Spirit, wow, this is a strategy. And it uses the strategy of distraction. Telling the truth, telling the facts at really odd times, because it has a different view of the future. Let me tell you a few things about the future, because this story concerns Paul's future. It concerns the future of a slave girl who's about to get set free, but it also concerns the future of a region, a nation, a people group. It concerns the trajectory of Christianity. But it also concerns the future of this Spirit. And one of the futures that it begins to read is its own future. And I want to tell you this. Here's the bottom line of the story. If Paul reaches his destiny, the Spirit has no future. I'll say that again. If Paul reaches his destination, then the Spirit, not the Holy Spirit, but this Spirit, the evil spirit that's predicting the future, has no future. Some of you are just beginning to get that today. If you reach your God-given destination, then the enemy that opposes you has no future. Your success is his doom. That's why your enemy is so afraid of you, because you carry such authority. And I want to tell you today, your past might be a mess, but in your future there's success, because Jesus is Lord. In your past there might be tragedy, but in your future there is victory, because there's one who holds your destiny, and it's Jesus, and Jesus is Lord. That's why this spirit's so terrified that it begins acting up. Let me tell you a couple of things about this spirit. Can we get the map up? See this? I've tested this before. This is supposed to work. It doesn't work, but that's okay. I'm here. See this part here? This is the area that spirit inhabits. Some spirits are attached to regions, and we're not doing spiritual warfare message today, as in not glorifying the spirits. I want to help you, because the Acts at this point gives us an interpretation of this spirit, because the translation would be useless to us because we don't actually understand the culture. It says simply this: she had a python spirit. And we go, oh, impressive, it's a snake. Oh, I get it, the devil's a snake. He's a snake in the garden, he's a snake at the end, or it's kind of dragon, but yes, I get it, he's a snake, but there's more than that, right? This area, Delphi, in between Athens and Corinth, don't move anything else on the map yet, is originally called Pytho, or Python. There's a temple for Apollo at this place, and Apollo is the god who predicts your future. He's the God who's supposed to know the future in the ancient world. If you need a prophecy, you go to the god of Apollo. You go to Delphi. Now that's 400 years before Christ you go to Delphi. And at the time of Acts, at the time of this story, the temple is still there. It's still in operation. It's not at its high point because the spirit's diversified. This spirit, this Pythias spirit, is in a number of different people who have this industry of predicting the future. And I know, this is the bit where I get in trouble, because when we predict the future today, it's with facts and computers and spreadsheets, and we're really smart about it. They were really dumb about it, these ancient pagans. But come on, it's the same spirit. And sometimes, not always, I'm not saying anything about anything. I'm just saying sometimes when we focus on the data, it can distract us. from the simplicity of our message, our commission, and the certainty of our future. The Spirit was used to having attention. It was used to being revered. And when you went to the temple of Apollo to get your prophecy, you know, things that you need to know about your future, like, will my sick child live or die? Will I be successful in battle? There's this humorous account, which we won't go into, where this spirit actually got it wrong. And a general went to battle on advice from this spirit, got a prophecy, and the spirit predicted the future wrong. Well, oops. It doesn't always work. But I'll tell you what, it's always impressive. This Pythia, this woman who possesses this spirit, goes into a trance and froths at the mouth and says all these impressive things. It's all about attention. It's all about focus. That's why this spirit causes distraction and it's running around behind Paul and Silas, just being a distraction and a nuisance. You imagine Paul's getting to the altar call, he's getting to the really important part. He says, and I tell you, today, your life, this is a destiny day. These men are servants of the Most High God. And all of a sudden, the focus goes from the message to this spirit, which is used to having the focus. It's used to having the attention. Used to distracting people. And it's terrified. And you know what? Let's talk about the spirit of this future for a little bit. The future, of this spirit for a little bit. I want to show you what this spirit is actually reading about the future.